Hello and welcome back, music fans. Thank you so much for coming back to chat with me. I'm outside. I'm not at my piano because stuff happened. I had this pretty little piano nook right by the front door. And I know, all of you are like, oh no. Those of you who have pianos and you know better, know that sitting right by my front door knocked my piano out of tune. So that is the upright piano. I have since moved it from the piano nook into the living room against a wall nowhere near a front or a back door or even a window. So it ought to be safe there, but now I have to call a tuner. I'm like, that's okay, I've still got my keyboard. Well, 4 notes just after middle C don't play anymore. I don't know what happened to it. It was actually a gift, so my brother is working on contacting whoever he needs to contact to maybe get that fixed for me. So I'm without a piano at the moment. I tried playing the upright, but guys, oh, it's so bad. And you know, I'm wondering if doing better at piano and playing for so long has me hearing that worse than I used to. Because my son's like, I don't hear it, but I play it, I'm like, oh, cringe, I can't play that. It sounds really, really bad. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to call a piano tuner pronto, because I gotta have something to work with for jazz. So I thought that I would take a moment to update you and say, whoopsie, I'm without a piano. And 2, I, even though it sounds kind of, I sat down to test it. And I was playing a song that has a very easy left hand movement, but it kind of flows in and out of chords in the right hand. And I noticed that as I was playing it, I used to have to watch where I was going, and I just, without looking, knew where all of those chords were. And I think jazz is helping with that when you are keeping your chords close together and you find those common tones. So I didn't even know that I was getting better at that. That was a delight to find out. That was really fun. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better at playing around with rhythm. So I'm not stuck in the same old rut I used to be. And not that I'm like growing by leaps and bounds yet, but I am growing. So that's nice. That's fun to play around with. And I guess the last thing to tell you is all of those chord progressions, how many different ones there are. If I have to memorize them exactly as they are in the book, like these are jazz progressions, memorize these ones, that's going to take me a little while. Obviously I can hear the difference. And okay, so first off, that's a lot to remember. That was a little overwhelming. Plus, I thought I'm getting a lot closer to improvising, you know? So I should start learning some jazz scales. Well, the very first one in my jazz book is Dorian on D. And I started to explore Dorian, and it is extremely cool. Really cool. It's got such a unique sound. But it just felt like so much. I'm not sure why the jazz book had me learn so many chord progressions at one time. So what I'd like to do is just slow it down. When I play those chord progressions, they sound delightfully different. If you've been stuck in the same 1-4-5 rut as me, you know what I'm talking about. They sound so delightfully different. So overwhelming's not necessarily a bad thing. I've got a lot to work on. I've got a lot to learn. But that's okay, because if I just take it one at a time, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. So I'm really enjoying it. Jazz is not what I expected. It's a lot harder. I mean, I knew it'd be hard. Some of it was easier than I thought. A lot of it's just as hard as I thought. I guess I should word it that way. But it's so much fun. I'm enjoying everything that I'm learning so far, and I can't wait to just get a hold of these things and just play, you know, just play some soothing songs of my own. It's gonna be great. So thank you for listening to my update. Let me know how your advancements are going, what kind of progress you're making. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Take care.